fast-paced world of luxury streetwear, one brand has risen to prominence, capturing the attention of fashion enthusiasts and celebrities alike. That brand is Rhude, and at its helm is the visionary designer Rhuigi Villaseñor. But Rhude isn't just another fashion label, it's proof of the power of perseverance, creativity, and the American dream. Born in 1992 in the Philippines, Rhuigi's journey to fashion stardom was anything but conventional. From an early age, the family spent time in Saudi Arabia, Hong Kong, and Thailand, experiences that would later shape Rhuigi's unique design aesthetic and global perspective. In 2001, political unrest in the Philippines forced the Villaseñor family to make a life-altering decision. They packed up their luggage and moved to the US, settling in Los Angeles. For a 9-year-old Rhuigi, this abrupt transition was both exciting and challenging. Unable to speak English at the time, the family was forced to live in his own living room before moving into a cramped one-bedroom apartment. Despite these initial hardships, Rhuigi's observant nature turned what could have been a disadvantage into a unique strength. Unable to fully communicate with his peers, he developed a keen for visual cues, particularly in fashion. He gravitated towards basketball and rap music, idolizing figures like Kobe and Pac. While he wouldn't understand everything they said, he paid close attention to what they were and how they styled themselves. As Rhuigi's English improved, so did his ability to blend in with his classmates. But his observant eye continued to develop, noticing trends and patterns in how his peers approached fashion.
You know, I used to just be a kid that used to boost in the streets. You know, I was like boosting clothes and Nordstrom's and all that. Oddly enough, I'm like one of the top sellers in these retailers that I used to boost at.
That's crazy.
And you know, I would get fly, and kids wanted to dress the way I was dressing, and I was getting noticed by a guy named Taz Arnold. And it sort of came about where I was like, okay, well, I can't make a living out of boosting these clothes. Like, I gotta figure it out. And so I decided to start a brand and see if I could slang it the way I was slanging other people's clothes.
This observation led to his first entrepreneurial venture in high school, recognizing that his classmates cared more about brand names than the actual quality of clothing. Rhuigi began buying affordable vintage clothing, removing the tags, and selling them at a premium to his peers. While this hustle may have raised ethical questions, it taught Rhuigi valuable lessons about the power of branding and perception in fashion. He realized that fashion wasn't just about the clothes themselves, but about the stores and perceptions attached to them. This insight would later become a cornerstone of his approach to building Rhude. During his high school years, his sister Roxy would later recall that whenever Rhuigi wore something, it wouldn't be long before other kids started to wear it too. This period also marked the beginning of Rhuigi's formal fashion education. He learned screen printing from a friend and enrolled in a fashion course offered at his school. During this time, his innovative spirit began to shine. He developed a chemical solution to create a sun-dried effect on clothing, showcasing his ability to think outside the box and push boundaries of what he thought was design. This out-of-the-box thinking set himself apart from his peers, who were more focused on creating cool logos or colorways. Rhuigi, on the other hand, was already thinking about perfecting the texture of his materials. His talent and dedication did not go unnoticed at the time. He graduated as his high school's valedictorian and evidence of his intelligence and work ethic. However, despite his academic success, Rhuigi was uncertain about his next steps. Financial constraints limited his option for higher education, and while he had fallen in love with fashion, he wasn't sure how to turn it into a career like most who are watching this, and this is the reason why I wanted to create this video in the first place. By the way, if you find value and insight to this video or even my channel in general, please subscribe and just spread the word to people. After a brief session in the community college art history program, which he dropped out of after just 1 week, Rhuigi decided to focus his entirety on fashion. He landed an unpaid position with Tisa, a streetwear brand founded by Taz Arnold. This experience provided valuable, exposing him to the inner workings of a successful streetwear brand and teaching him about the thin line between luxury fashion and streetwear. Eager to broaden his skill set, Rhuigi then secured an internship with menswear designers Sean Sampson. This opportunity allowed him to witness firsthand the operation of a high-end menswear label. He soaked up every bit of knowledge he could from Sampson, a graduate of the prestigious Central St. Martin's in London, and in many ways the internship served as his version of design school. During this time, he also focused on honing his technical skills. He took pattern making classes, recognizing that mastering this skill would take him to the next level. His mother, who was already a skilled tailor, played a crucial role in helping him develop the foundation of his technical skill set, teaching him the fundamentals of stitching and sewing. Inspired by the success of brands like A-Life, he decided to launch his own brand, which he named Primitive. However, this venture was short-lived due to a naming conflict with a store that opened in Los Angeles under the same name. Rhuigi shifted his focus on creating individual pieces rather than building an entire brand. During this period, Rhuigi created the now famous bandana t-shirt. Drawing inspiration from his West Coast roots, he designed an all-over print bandana shirt and posted photos of himself wearing it on his website. Despite the $150 price tag, the shirt initially garnered little interest. Days turned into weeks, and still, not a single order came in. But Rhuigi's luck was about to change dramatically. Just by chance, Kendrick Lamar's stylist discovered the shirt online and contacted Rhuigi, saying it would be perfect for one of Kendrick's upcoming press appearances. Ecstatic at the prospect of a rising West Coast legend wearing his design, Rhuigi happily sent over one of his shirts. On July 1st, 2012, Rhuigi's life changed forever. Watching the BET Awards from his parents' house, he was stunned to see Kendrick Lamar's walk on stage wearing his bandana shirt to receive the Lyricist of the Year's award. The exposure was immediate and overwhelming. Overnight, Rhuigi's social media account exploded with activity and orders flooded in. In just 24 hours, he had racked up more than $150,000 in sales. This sudden windfall was life-changing for Rhuigi, whose family had struggled financially since moving to the US. Overcome with emotion, he recalls having tears in his eyes as he looked at sales figures. However, the success also brought new challenges. Unprepared for such a rapid growth, Rhuigi found himself overwhelmed with orders and unsure about how to actually manage his business. Rhuigi indulged in luxury items like a Mercedes-Benz, designer watches, and high-end clothes that cost a shit ton of money. While he doesn't regret getting a taste of the lifestyle he'd been working towards, this spending spree quickly depleted his funds and leaving little to reinvest in the brand. Once the dust settled, he found himself with a collection of luxury items but no money to continue growing his business. And I think a lot of people can identify with that due to a luxury lifestyle they try to live off of credit. But the experience served as a wake-up call for Rhuigi. He realized that to sustain success, he needed to treat his brand like a real business. With a renewed focus, he set about creating a proper identity. After careful consideration, he settled on the name Rhude. The name was simple, had an edge to it, and most importantly, could be spelled with an RH at the beginning, honoring a family tradition. Rhuigi's grandfather started a tradition in his family where his children, their children, and so on would have all the names that begin with RH. Rhuigi's next challenge was preparing for Rhude's first official release. With his funds depleted, he turned to a pre-sale model, allowing him to fund production with customer orders. This approach came with risk, particularly the potential for delays and unhappy customers, but it was the only viable option given his financial constraints. For this crucial first release, Rhuigi made a strategic decision to re-release the bandana t-shirts. This move served two purposes. It capitalized on the shirt's proving success, and it allowed Rhuigi to finally associate with the design with the Rhude brand name. The re-release was a success, allowing Rhuigi to redeem much of the money he had spent and reinvest in the brand. Following the success of the bandana tee, Rhuigi released more streetwear-inspired pieces, including designs featuring a Marlboro-inspired logo that would become one of Rhude's signature motifs. However, Rhuigi's journey was far from smooth sailing. His Revolution by Design collection, an attempt to push boundaries with more experimental designs, failed to resonate with his customer base. This setback forced him to reassess his approach. He reconsidered his strengths and realized he'd always had an affinity for both vintage and luxury fashion. With the Revolution collection, he had abandoned both of these elements, pushing the envelope too far with his experimental design. This realization led him to create the Sugarland t-shirt, a design that perfectly blended elements of vintage and luxury fashion. The Sugarland tee became another hit for the brand, rivaling the success of the bandana tee. As Rhude continued to grow, Rhuigi's faced new challenges. A large order from the luxury department store Barney's presented a significant opportunity, but it also brought production issues. Thinking he was making a smart business decision, Rhuigi hired a new manufacturer that promised to deliver all the products within the required time frame and at a lower cost. However, when the pieces arrived, the quality was far beyond Rhuigi's standards, with poor proportions and numerous factory defects. This experience taught Rhuigi valuable lessons about quality control and the importance of reliable manufacturing partners. Unwilling to compromise on quality, Rhuigi made the difficult decision to scrap the entire production run. This step cost him an estimated of $250,000. I mean, that's $250,000. He had that entire collection reproduced by a different higher quality manufacturer. Recognizing the need for additional expertise to manage Rhude's rapid growth, Rhuigi made the decision to bring in business partners. He brought on George Robertson, a talent agent with a knack for business dealings and a deep appreciation for Rhuigi's work. He also involved his family, including his sister Roxy, who had been with him since the beginning. These additions allowed Rhuigi to focus more on designs while ensuring the business side of Rhude was well managed. Throughout the brand's evolution, Rhuigi maintained a clear design philosophy. He seamlessly blended elements of streetwear and luxury fashion, drawing inspiration from the diverse cultural landscape of Los Angeles. His design often incorporated American iconography and nostalgic references, creating a unique visual commentary on Los Angeles' distinct style and culture. His commitment to quality and craftsmanship set Rhude apart in the crowded streetwear market. He applied traditional tailoring techniques to create structured blazers, well-fitted trousers, and meticulously constructed outwear, all while maintaining a casual, effortless appeal. The attention to detail elevated Rhude's offerings, positioning the brand as a bridge between streetwear and high-end fashion. As Rhude's reputation grew, so did opportunities for collaboration and expansion. Rhude's collaborations with major brands have been a game changer for the label, showcasing Rhuigi's versatility and expanding the brand's reach. One of the most significant partnerships has been with Puma, a sportswear powerhouse. This collaboration allowed Rhuigi to blend Puma's rich heritage and technical know-how with Rhude's unique mix of luxury and streetwear. The Puma Rhude collab have been a hit, featuring high-quality leather sneakers, vintage-inspired sportswear, and accessories that perfectly balance Puma's athletic roots with Rhude's upscale style. This partnership has given Rhuigi the chance to explore new design areas while staying true to Rhude's core identity. But Puma isn't the only big name Rhude has worked with. Collaborations with Vans and Thierry Lazzari have further expanded the brand's design language. The Vans Rhude collab showcased Rhuigi's ability to reinterpret classic silhouettes like the skate high and old school, infusing them with premium materials and unique detailing. Rhuigi's strategic use of celebrity endorsements was crucial in building Rhude's brand awareness and credibility. In addition to Kendrick Lamar, the brand gained the support of other high-profile figures, such as Snoop Dogg, further solidifying its position in the fashion landscape and again sticking to them Cali roots. The selection of the right influences and celebrities to align with Rhude's image was a key factor inside this man's success. He understood the importance of partnering with individuals who could authentically represent the values and connection that the brand wanted to target for their right audience. By choosing these type of celebrities who embodied Rhude's blend of luxury and streetwear, this man ensured that the endorsements resonated with consumers and helped to establish his brand's credibility. Partnering with well-established names, he was able to tap into a new customer base and solidify his position inside of this market. Furthermore, the collaborations allowed him to experiment with new product categories, further diversifying Rhude's offerings and catering to the evolving needs and desire of his discerning customer base. Rhuigi's innovative spirit led him to expand beyond clothing. In 2019, he teamed up with James Purse to release Rhude's first furniture collection, and in 2021, he collaborated with Instant Brands on kitchenware sets. These ventures showcase Rhuigi's vision of Rhude as a lifestyle brand, capable of being part of every aspect of his customers' lives. The brand's success attracted attention from celebrities and influencers, with figures like Jay-Z becoming vocal supporters of the brand. Jay, known for rarely associating himself publicly with fashion brands outside of his own brand, which was Rockwear, has been photographed wearing Rhude on numerous occasions and has even been spotted sitting courtside at a Lakers game alongside Rhuigi. Again, these type of endorsements further elevated Rhude's status in the fashion world. To create buzz and engage directly with customers, Rhuigi employed various marketing strategies. He organized pop-up shops, creating temporary retail spaces that allow customers to experience the brand firsthand. Also, he utilized the concept of limited drops, releasing products in small quantities to create a sense of exclusivity and drive up demand. And I think that's just a formula for most of the successful streetwear brands, to be honest with you. I'm seeing this pattern constantly over and over again. But Rhuigi's marketing approach wasn't limited to only traditional methods. He also employed guerrilla marketing tactics to gain exposure for Rhude's products. These unconventional strategies, combined with the brand's strategic use of endorsements from celebrities and partnerships, contributed to Rhude's rapid growth and widespread recognition in the fashion industry. In 2019, Rhuigi achieved a personal milestone when Rhude made his Paris Fashion Week debut, presenting its Spring/Summer 2020 collection titled 7 Falls. For Rhuigi, this was a rite of passage. He has spent his entire life admiring high-end European luxury labels, and now, after everything he's been through, he was alongside them on the Fashion Week lineup. Rhuigi's journey reached new heights in 2022 when he was appointed as the creative director of Bally, a prestigious Swiss luxury fashion house. It was proof of how far he had come from his ordinary beginnings as a kid, moving over to a new country in Los Angeles, to being in the position that he got himself in now. Throughout his career, Rhuigi has remained true to his roots and his vision. He sees Rhude not just as a brand, but also as a platform to inspire and connect with people. For Rhuigi, success isn't measured solely by profit margins, but by the number of people he can reach and impact through his designs. He often speaks about how he spent his first big check from Rhude to pay for an immigration lawyer. He says, "It's a modern day American dream, but what is the American dream? It's been so tarnished now. I stand for a much larger dream. I came to the US undocumented, worked hard, and now I give jobs to people. I spent my first big check from Rhude to pay for an immigration lawyer. It was a slow burn and I thought it could all fall apart. But not once was I scared because I came from nothing." This sentiment underscores Rhuigi's approach to both life and business. He views Rhude as more than just a fashion brand. It's a vehicle for change and inspiration. Through his designs, he hopes to empower others to pursue their dreams, regardless of their background or circumstances. Rhuigi's journey with Rhude is far from over. As he continues to push boundaries in fashion and expand the brand's reach, he remains committed to his core values of quality, innovation, and inclusivity. He continues to draw inspiration from his multicultural multicultural background, his experiences as an immigrant, and the vibrant culture of Los Angeles. Looking to the future, Rhuigi sees endless possibilities for Rhude. He envisions the brand expanding further into lifestyle products, potentially including home goods, accessories, and even experiences. He's also keen on using Rhude as a platform to support and mentor young designers, particularly those from diverse backgrounds. As Rhude continues to evolve, what's your take on the brand's impact on fashion? And if you love this video, I'm pretty sure you're gonna like this one next.